Welcome back, everyone. Phoenix 3 here, and I've got some more Pokken Tournament news for you. We learn a little bit more about the game, not much more. We just kind of get screenshots and other stuff that's kind of been going on. But we have here the location test for Pokken Tournament. Now, I was actually waiting for this just so I could see what the public has to say about it and whatnot. Looks like this window is gonna be a little laggy for me. I don't know. It's just all of these websites that run a lot of ads tend to run very hard on my machine. It tends to run hard on all of them, as a matter of fact. So I don't want to install an ad blocker on it because I feel these people who run the ads on a website, they do it so the website can be free and that they can actually make their money. So I don't want to take their money away from them. But at the same time, though, websites are just so bogged down by ads, it just becomes unwatchable. Like when I have smooth scrolling on, and my scrolling is completely bad. But going back to this, we get the location test for Pokken Tournament, so we get to see how the controller actually looks. I really don't care for the controller, but that's the way it looks. They said they wanted to design it in a way so it kind of feels like the old school Super Nintendo controller, which I have no problem with. I personally love the Super Nintendo. And we got the X, Y, A, B buttons. I believe these are the exact same colors that they are on the new 3DS. So that's a little Easter egg right there. An Easter egg on a controller, who would have known, right? We got the arcade or the D-pad stick here as well. I was expecting this controller, or maybe not the controller, but I was expecting that maybe you can use the GameCube controller. That's what I was hoping. Maybe you can use the gamepad as well. But if you wanted to have the option, you can use a fight stick as well. If you never used a fight stick before, fight sticks are the way that players can sort of bring the arcade into their home at a reasonable price. In Tekken Tag Tournament 2, I used the PlayStation 3 controller, PlayStation 4 controller now, but if I wanted the option, I can go buy a fight stick and it will give me the joystick and the buttons that you would normally find on an arcade machine. I was hoping they gave you that option here, but it looks like this game is designed just for this controller. I don't know how I feel about that, but we don't know anything else yet. You might be able to use the gamepad. I'll get more into that later when we start talking about how the game feels. And we see, just the basic controls. We've got LR, the YXBA buttons, the D-pad, and certain commands for the characters. So we actually get to see how the buttons work. So here we have the D-pad, which moves the character. Hitting it twice in a direction, like double tap left, double tap right, double tap back, double tap forward, will perform a short step. Kind of like the quick hop. I don't think I've ever seen a game. I don't think I've ever seen a fighting game use that. I guess Dragon Ball Z used that. But Y button is your weak attack. X button is your strong attack. The B button jumps. The A button moves the Pokemon, or Pokemon move. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but I guess we'll be finding out about that soon. The L button calls in your support Pokemon. The R button guards. L and R activates burst mode. So this here is similar to the X-ray move in Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat X, and your super in Injustice. And pressing the burst button again will let you do a burst attack. And we've already seen the burst attacks, the super flashy moves and whatnot. The YB button, it grabs, that's normal. And the XA button does a block attack. And it says more details on that below. But we get some more screenshots. We get there. And as an interesting fact, I wish I can zoom in more on this, and I would really love to, but I have my my recording software set for window mode, so I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to zoom in and it'll show it. I'll try to zoom in on this for the video. But here we have Miltank in the background. If you don't see Miltank, I'm just going to save this image, I think. Save. And right here, that's a bird. It doesn't look like a Pidgey. It looks like a Starly. I'm going to zoom in on that more just so I can see if I get it. I'll just overlay it in After Effects or Premiere Pro just so we can zoom in. But that is a Miltank. And I do believe on this exact same stage, I saw a couple of Pidgeys sitting on the post as well. Now that I look at it, that might be Pidgey right there. But I believe these Pokemon are going to be in a game, like dealing damage or whatever. They'll probably just be assists. Next screenshot, because we have it here, we see Gardevoir using whatever that attack is. I'm just going to say Dazzling Gleam on, that's probably Lucario, but there are way too many effects. I can't see anything right there. But here it says, gameplay-wise, the basic objective is to reduce the opponent's Pokemon's HP to 0. We know that's nothing new about a fighting game, which is represented by the green horizontal bar with a number inside it. Should the match time out, the Pokemon with the most HP wins. Standard. Whoever wins 2 rounds in a match wins the overall match. I hope they actually allow you to up the match count to like 3, because I feel 3 is good, but I think if the match counter goes up to 5, you might see 5 be the standard for the best of 3, because these rounds end quick. Sure, the battle timer is about 80 seconds, but I don't know if those are 80 like Tekken seconds, for example. Like these might be 80 Super Mario World seconds, because you know how fast a second counts down in that game. It's like 3 seconds in Super Mario World is the equivalent of 1 second in real life for the most part. So don't know how that's going to play a role, but I feel 5 rounds can be good. 3 is probably the optimal round count for that. Each player's own stats are displayed in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. Do we see that here? I guess they're just talking about this here. Yada yada yada. By their opponents. Okay, so they're just talking about the general HUD. All right. The fights themselves, meanwhile, are conducted across 2 distinct phases: field phase and duel phase. So I don't know if I care for 2 overall phases of battle. They say they want it to like kind of be similar some of the time to Street Fighter type battles and King of Fighters type battles, and the other phase, like field phase, you just kind of focus on moving around, throwing attacks at your opponent to try to close the gap for the most part. I don't know if this is going to be like an actual mechanic, or if this is going to be something that most fighting games do, because Circle Fighters do this, but everything is in just one giant arena where you just move around the arena throwing attacks at your opponent, and you slowly move in to try to get a combo type attack. Like I'm expecting it to be like Naruto Ultimate Storm Generation, but here they say field phase, which is shown in screenshots above, depicts combat in a manner akin to the traditional Pokemon fighting games where each player sees their Pokemon from the behind view. So basically, if you've ever played a Circle Fighter before, the camera is behind your character the entire time, and you just rush in on your opponent. Now I don't know if it's going to be exactly like a Circle Fighter, because you can be anywhere on the screen. For example, your character can be in the frontmost part of the screen, or your character can be in the back version of the screen. I don't know how that's going to play a role. I don't know if the camera is going to be always behind your character and your opponent is always going to be in front of you. I'm thinking that's how it might be, since they say they want to keep it like the Pokemon games. And in this phase, Y button attacks are used for long distance attacks, while X button ones are closer range homing ones designed to close the gap between you and your opponent to build combos. Long distance attacks can be dodged by either jumping or performing a step. The main point of this phase is distance management. So if you know anything about zoning, basically zoning is it's a term used in the competitive community where you play keep away with your opponent. You use projectiles and pretty much run away from them in order to build damage, to bring your opponent to you so you have field advantage. Lesser skilled players call this spamming, and there is a very distinct line between spamming and zoning. And other players, another term that the community also uses is called what is it? It's called spacing. Basically, where you stay as close to your opponent as you need to, so you can get the most effective range on your attacks. So here for this mode right here, you're basically just going to be stepping, just basically keeping a certain range at your opponent to keep them from completely zoning you out and keeping them from initiating, I guess, the fight mode is what they call it, I guess. Which heavily importance being placed on a player's ability to read their opponents and know when to stay close or stay away. So basically, if you play the Pokemon games competitively, you kind of understand the ability of predicting your opponent. You want to be able to know what your opponent is going to do before they do it. A lot of it just comes down to 50-50s. I really don't like the 50-50 type gameplay in a fighting game and not being able to do something about it. But it is what it is, you know. Fighting games, even Tekken, Mortal Kombat, they can devolve into 50-50s, where if you don't call the move right, then you're going to eat a combo. I really don't like eating combos based on 50-50s, but you know, it's whatever. Okay, I'm waiting for my browser to start responding. Like I said, these websites run so heavy. Like, I'm trying to scroll and it's just not behaving. Alright, so we got some more pictures. I'll show these off. We got Pikachu staring down Lucario, and I guess here we do see it better. That is a Pidgey, and that is a Starly. There's actually a bunch of... No, that's actually might be Talo, now that I look at it. I think that's a Talo. I guess giving the environment that this is, you know, that'd be common. So we got one here, and one here. So, man, this game looks really pretty. And here you have, we got Burmese sitting in the trees. Man, I love looking at these screenshots. They're so pretty. Like, I really want this game. Like, man, this is just pretty to look at. I could just look at the screenshots all day. But like, everybody has a lot riding on this game. I have a lot riding on this game too, because you know, I really want to be able to play as my favorite Pokemon in this game. I want to be able to fight with them. And here we see Pikachu doing something to Lucario. It might be a grab, but no information here. I don't see the card system. It just says player 1, and I don't see anything up here. E5, player 1, E3. Yeah, I really don't know much about this here. But going back here, alright. Through each round, the battle starts in field mode. So the battle is pretty much going to start, both players on the opposite side of the screen. You're not starting in this close combat area. And it can transition into duel phase, picture above, which is here where the Pokemon is standing side by side. And this is where you're going to get your more Tekken-like, Street Fighter-like gameplay, where the camera goes side by side, and this mode here looks like it's going to focus heavily on combos. And excuse me for a second, I have ads running in the background, and I'm just going to open up my control panel here. You're not going to actually see it because I have my software recording the actual window, and I'm just going to force close. Oh my goodness. It was running like my Flash player was running almost 400 megabytes just running stuff. So I forced it closed. That's going to crash it on all my browsers, but that's fine. I don't want it open right now because I just need all the speed I can get. But going back to this, it can transition into dual phase pictured above here by landing certain attacks such as grabs and a Pokemon's up Y button move. I don't know what the up Y button is, but it's an attack move. Doing so transitions the perspective from horizontal plane resembling older style arcade fighting games like Street Fighter and King of Fighters. Here, the rock, paper, scissors dynamic that exists between the three main moves that determine each type's strength and weaknesses is of a particular importance. The breakdown is such: normal attacks beat grabs, grabs beat block attacks beat normal attacks. Now, I don't know what any of this is. A normal attack I'm expecting is like a punch. You know, punch, kicks, normal attacks, and those beat grabs. I would think so because normally normal attacks in games have faster active frames than grabs do. Grabs are normally like 12 frames. Attacks normally like 8 frames or something like that. But normal attacks are usually your faster moves. They're not as strong, but they're fast. Grabs beat block attacks. We all know what grabs do. If your opponent is normally blocking too much, you can just grab them. But I don't know what a block attack is. And block attacks beat normal attacks. So these might be your stronger attacks. Or maybe block attacks or attacks you can use while in blocking. Like if you saw the way the Pokemon blocks, they have that blue or red barrier around them. It's like a crystal almost. And I guess you can use certain attacks while you're doing that. We'll just have to see more. I actually don't know much about block attacks. But while the first two types are self-explanatory, block attacks are essentially a distinct type of guard that comes with an offensive bite to it. They can be used to block long-range attacks, and in more technical terms, can also be used to cancel a step. But that doesn't tell me what a block attack does. Regardless, gameplay can revert from the dual phase back to the field phase by having certain attacks connect, or as a result of a player landing a certain number of combos. As such, dual phases are considered to be the ideal way to dish out a lot of damage in a short period of time. Now that makes sense because even in other fighting games, you know, combos are your biggest way. And we got more screenshots. So as we can see, we get closer. Those are Pidgeys, and they look adorable. And here we have Gibble in the background. That is a Gibble, right? I'm gonna say it's a Gibble. There's another Pidgey right there. I would like to see Pidgey as an assist character. I think that'd be cool seeing it like do Gust or like Sand Attack. It'll probably be Sand Attack since that's what everything reference Pidgey doing. It like throwing sand in your face apparently. Got Pikachu doing. Pikachu's in burst mode actually. This is activating burst mode. And next screenshot, we see Pikachu doing the burst attack. Fighters are also capable of triggering burst mode, which is achieved by filling up the circular bar that's affiliated to the player's portrait by taking damage or dealing damage. So basically, you take hits, you gain meter. You do hits, you gain meter. So that's normal if you've seen fighting games recently. As well as most ideally by successfully landing moves that cause phase transitions. As such moves fill up the bar the fastest. During burst mode, a Pokemon receives significant buffs for a short period of time, and the burst gauge trickles down. They also have one-time option of using burst attack at this stage. While avoidable, will trigger a special cutscene if successfully executed to deal major damage to the opposition. So, yeah. I basically called that before. So basically, while you're in the mode, you um you gain buffs. You gain, obviously you gain damage buffs. I don't know if you gain speed buffs, defense buffs. You probably won't receive an HP buff just because of the nature of these type of things. It's kind of like going Mega, how you don't receive buffs in HP, but you can get buffs and decreases in other stats. But here we see the fighters. Lucario, Pikachu, Suicune, all standard. Machamp, Power. Gardevoir, that says Technic. I thought it was technical. Well, I'm saying technical anyway. But we have their commands here. Everything seems to be activated with A. I don't see any other buttons. Oh, never mind. We got an X there. But I really want to see other type of Pokemon in this game, just so I can see the mechanics. Because Pokemon is a mechanic-heavy game. And since they are going the traditional Pokemon route, I assume we will see probably at least 5 or 6 of every type of Pokemon. Like, I'm thinking we'll see maybe 5 birds. We'll see 5 things like Suicune. We'll see 5 fighting types like Machamp, and just a range of stuff. Like, I'm really interested in seeing what the final roster is actually going to look like. I think that'd be super interesting. Let me see what else we got here. I can't read Japanese, so everything here is pretty much speculation. But these are looks like basic commands. Nothing there, and we have the roster. So they dubbed Lucario as an all-around fighter with well-balanced offensive defensive capabilities. Pikachu combines swift speed with powerful electrical attacks. Suicune, a defensive character that specializes in keeping the opponent at bay with myriad long-ranged attacks. So Suicune is the zoner like I thought it was going to be. It kind of has to be, but hopefully they somehow manage to balance that out. Machamp is extremely powerful in close quarter combat, which is expected. Gardevoir is a tricky technical character, likes to mess around with the opponents with flashy moves. Now this isn't really a characteristic, I don't think, unless these flashy moves have splash damage, where no matter where they hit on the screen, you still take a little damage from it. But as you can see here, just with the characters, you can see the rock, paper, scissors mechanic. Like, if you watch the fight with Suicune versus Machamp, you see Suicune was able to keep Machamp out all the time and also have attacks that knock it back, while Machamp was trying to get in but couldn't because Suicune is just built to keep characters like Machamp out. While characters like Pikachu don't mind fighting the zoning game with Suicune because Pikachu has long-range attacks as well. But all the characters have long-range attacks, which is odd. And Machamp doesn't really use projectiles. So Machamp seems to have a problem with just all these characters here. So it'd be interesting to see how they balance Machamp, or how they balance the other type of characters like Machamp. And here we have some more stuff. Pulling off special moves of each Pokemon is a simple affair. Let me see, my Flash players opened up again. We're going to close them. Okay, let me go back. It's a simple affair simply by requiring a direction be held while pressing the button, Smash Bros style, I guess. The types of moves they can perform. Let me see, we got long and short range attacks, anti-air moves, rush downs, grabs, and more. So yeah, I guess they say this game is going to play like Smash Brothers in terms of the way the characters attack. It's going to be a lot like Smash Brothers. Each Pokemon is also backed by support Pokemon, which are picked in preset pairs. Once a pair is picked, one is actually selected to participate in the fight at the start of each round. So like you saw before, they had support A, B, and C. And in support A, you might have Pikachu and Snivy. But at the beginning of each round, you take that support group, which is Pikachu and Snivy, into battle for your preset, and then before the battle actually starts, you choose one of them to actually fight with you. Selected for this location test, 6 Pokemon are available. And yes, they actually did reveal 2 other support Pokemon. I'll get down to them in a sec, but we're just going to take a look here. So we get some more. There's a bunch of Pidgeys at the top. There's another one right there. There's 2 more right there. Dang, there's a bunch of Pidgeys here. So there's the Amoga support, and this here is the select your support at the beginning of the battle. After using support Pokemon, a recharge period is imposed before they can be sent out again. We don't know how long the recharge is, but in Naruto Storm, the recharge is roughly like, what, 10 seconds or something like that. It depends, because if you have 2 supports in the game, the recharge is longer for those characters, but it would actually, the recharge stays the same for those characters. But if you go into battle with 1 support, the recharge time is reduced by half, so you get more chances to bring in that 1 character versus the 2 you would normally have. Signified by the clockwise bar at the top, with the recharge speed varying among each support Pokemon. Okay, so each Pokemon looks like they're going to have their own charge time. So I'm guessing the stronger they are, the slower they're going to go. So maybe that'll bring in some interesting mechanics there. Naturally, picking the right one can make or break a player's perspective. Here's a list of support Pokemon that come in. So as you can see here, the 2 new support Pokemon we get are Eevee and Frogadier. Emoga uses shockwave attacks, as long range attacks slow down the opponent's speed. Snivy uses Leaf Tornado as an anti-air attack to maintain distance. Frogadier uses Water Pulse and fires a disc of water from afar. Fennekin uses Amber as a multi-stage attack, dome-shaped area attack. Lapras uses Surf as a wide horizontal rust attack to deal major damage. And Eevee uses Helping Hand to temporarily buff attack and heal HP. Now, Eevee sounds like the support Pokemon for me. Anything to gain HP back in a fighting game is a big difference, especially when it comes with a temporary power buff. And in fighting games, a temporary power buff while gaining HP is a deadly combo. Now, we don't know how fast Eevee will regen. I'm thinking Eevee will be one of those slower regen Pokemon just because of how good it can potentially be. Going back to one of my other videos, if you didn't watch it, I basically said if they were to make evolutions playable in this game, they might not go with all 7 of them as playable, because we have Suicune, so they might not put another water type in. So I really wouldn't expect Vaporeon to be playable. I would like it, but I'm not expecting it. But the way I feel, I think the evolutions that will be playable in this game will probably be Flareon, Umbreon, and Sylveon. Sylveon just because it's the most recent one. But I feel if the others are going to be in the game, they will be support Pokemon. And there's nothing wrong with them being support Pokemon. I actually support them being support Pokemon. But they could either make all the evolutions playable because they all share a similar body type. They pretty much all have the exact same animations in the game, and they don't require a lot of work to actually do anything with. So we can either see them all playable, or they can all be support characters. I'm fine with either which way as they choose to go with it. I'm thinking they might just make them all support characters, but you never know. And there was other information that pretty much shows other things we can expect from the game. Like, there's a screenshot that actually shows another stage. It's an underwater stage, and there's a bunch of shelter in the background, but the one thing that I really do enjoy is that there is Lugia in the background as well. So you get to actually see Lugia. Lugia appears to be to scale, so I don't know if Lugia will actually be a playable character. It probably won't, but I'm just actually impressed to see all the detail that's going in the game. Like, man, Lugia is in the background. I will show that picture just so you can see it, because it is it's impressive. It's just an actual picture of like the arcade screen, not a rendered picture from the actual source. But man, this is impressive. I really like that. Lugia in the background. It's so good looking too. Like I really want to get my hands on this game. There's also some other stuff. Oh,
Soon,
sorry about that. Like these ads, they just run. And I'm trying to get them to not run. I mean, the Flash player didn't even open, so that must be running like HTML5 or something like that. Okay, but getting back to this, there's also talk about the characters being able to be customizable. Like there are pictures of Lucario as being a red Lucario, so you can customize the way your characters look, and you can even put accessories on them. Like there's something where Pikachu is wearing blue shorts. So this just makes the game even more personal for me, especially if I get to play as my favorite Pokemon and I get to customize them in a way that I like. That will just, man, this game needs to hurry up and come out, like no lie. And just so you guys know, like this game is going to be coming to Wii U. It hasn't been confirmed or anything, but all fighting games start in arcades in Japan for the most part. That's where they do the testing. This game will come to console. Don't worry about it. See, they revealed the new stage, which is an aquarium featuring a lot of word type Pokemon in the background. They say Machamp has alternate colors as well, and a band where each Pokemon has an alternate color. Alright, so yeah, this is basically other stuff. It's just extra stuff that goes into the game. Like they don't have to make it to where you can customize characters, but that's just another touch that I actually wouldn't mind seeing. Man, they are going all out on this game. What else do you expect from Bandai Namco? I mean, like if they're going all out with this game, I can't wait to see Tekken 7. Oh my goodness. So we are going to be seeing a lot of just open up some pictures here, but we are going to be seeing a lot of Pokemon in this game, whether or not they're playable, whether or not, you know, we get stuff, but we are going to be seeing a lot here. So we got Pikachu fighting. I'm gonna close the Flash player to make sure nothing runs. Pikachu versus Lucario. Like I really like how they make the Pokemon look in this game. Now, a lot of people did say that they really don't like the way the models look too much. They say it's kind of going on that uncanny valley look, just because the models look super realistic and the Pokemon don't. For example, like we've got a really detailed looking Suicune here, and rather than model in actual eyes for it, they decide to give it its anime eyes. And I think that's something Nintendo told them to do, just to keep them looking the way they want to, looking like they do in the game. But I think if you're going to go this route of 3D, I mean, just look at the way they made Suicune's tails look. They would never look this good on an actual Pokemon game. So to see all of these Pokemon in HD, I mean, this is impressive. And as you can see, we got Sableye right here in the background. Man, like there's just so much to like uncover here. I just wish they would just show the stages, just so I can go over the stages. Because like the stages are the one thing that's blowing my mind. There's just so much going on. There's a lot. Like, sure, I want my Pokemon to be playable, but you know, seeing like Pidgey in the background, that makes me feel good. And like developers of this game, you know, they favor The background, well, not they don't favor background, but they favor the older generation of Pokemon. You know, the generation that I grew up, the generation that probably some of you guys grew up with. And to see this as an ultimate throwback is good because our generation, we grew up with fighting games. We grew up with Pokemon. We grew up with arcades. So I mean, seeing this is like, this is a big deal. And I truly feel sorry for anybody who doesn't get their favorite Pokemon in this game. Like their absolute favorite Pokemon. I want everybody to play as their favorite Pokemon in this game. Like I seriously hope this game has like 100 plus characters in it. So everybody has a Pokemon they can play with. Because this game doesn't look all that demanding in terms of like mechanics and fighting. Like in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, the game's got over 50 characters in it. I think it's something close to like 60. And you have to learn to fight against almost 60 characters, each with 100 and something moves and play styles of a certain player. And for me, when I play that game, I don't ever fight against a lot of the characters. When I play against anybody online, they normally stick to Law, they normally stick to Paul, they pick Dragunov, they pick Lars, they pick Jin, Kazuya, Heihachi. You know, everybody picks like the same group of characters. But when you come across somebody like Kimitsu, I can fight against her, or even Raven. You know, I don't know how to correctly fight against those characters. Oh, that's a Pokemon in the background right here. I thought that might have been a hit spark from Suicune, but that looks like Swanna right there in the background. Oh my goodness, like I was just sitting here looking, oh my god, man, this game is gonna make me cry, man. Like seriously, hurry up and release this game so I can like I just want to play this game so bad. I wouldn't mind them actually taking these environments and just like doing something else with these environments. Like, dude, seriously, what if Bandai Namco made the next Pokemon Snap game? That would, oh my god. They need to do it. We need to petition Bandai Namco right now to make the next Pokemon Snap game. Oh man, there's so much. And here goes Mega Gardevoir showing off. Like, look at how flashy my attacks are. That is a really nice effect. Like, I always like the rainbow effect with a dark color inside of it. I've been trying to recreate this effect for a long time. It looks good, but, you know, it looks better rendered. Man. Whoever's about to get hit with this ain't gonna, they're not going to appreciate it. I wish instead of showing the trainer down here, I wish they actually just showed the Pokemon's picture. Because I feel the trainer doesn't have to be here. He's just like there. And there's nothing. Like, is there anything else going on in the background? Like, I feel like I want to see a Steelix somewhere. Because it seems like in every screenshot that shows the background, there's always a Pokemon going on. So, if I click view full size, it's just going to actually just magnify this. There's not going to be anything else going in. I'm pretty sure there is something else going on in the background. I just can't see it. Actually, let's see if we can blow this up. Oh, there we go. That is a... Man, look how good this game looks. So we see Snivy on support. Snivy on support. Looks like this Snivy's ready to go, though. Is there anything going on in the background? There's a... I don't know what that is. It looks like a gear. I'm not calling shoutouts to Kling Kling right now, though, but that's the first thing that came to mind. I don't think there's anything else here worth looking at. Man, this game, I wish I could be in Japan right now playing this. Just so I can give, like, my impressions of what it is to play this game live. Like, the people who got the pleasure to play this, man, I am jealous. I am so jealous. But okay, so we do get a bigger picture. These are Talos. These are Pidgeys. So we got the Pidgeys. We've got the Go-Goats. Hey, there's Pachirisu right there. We've got close-ups on Burmy, and we got Miltank here in the background. So this here is a farm. It's actually kind of weird. It's odd to see Talo here because Talo is normally a Pokemon that flies around like water. Like they float on islands. Pidgey can pretty much live anywhere. So I mean, I'm guessing this here is pretty much going to confirm Pidgey out for the game, but I don't want to say nothing right now. I really want to see it in the game. Oh my god, I can't wait. So we've got Go-Goats, we've got a tractor. Look at that tractor tech right there. I wonder whose farm this is. Because none of these locations I don't think actually exist in the Pokemon world. I think these are just all made for this game. Man, but I'm impressed. We got Go-Goats, we've got Pachirisus. I almost just want to see a Diglett pop up out of the ground somewhere. Oh man. I mean, is anybody else hyped for this game like I am? Like, seriously. Man, and I already knew Gardevoir was going to be in the game. There is no question about that. And Gardevoir putting in work. I mean, in the video game, Machamp wouldn't stand a chance against Gardevoir anyway. But, well, on even grounds, assuming both Pokemon had 100% of their health, same advantage as the other guy, I don't think Gardevoir could, or Machamp could do anything to Gardevoir. Well, I guess we can actually see that right here. Gardevoir is about to destroy this Machamp. Oh man, I'm so excited for this right now. Like, just seeing all of this in just like glorious HD. Like fighting with Pokemon in Smash, it doesn't feel like, it still feels good, but it's not a Pokemon game. They're simply just in the game. And here we have everything, and look, there's some type of graphic here on the ground too. I wonder if I can make anything out. Okay, so we got butterfly sparks coming from Gardevoir. We've got Helix fossils, it looks like. So this here is definitely in some type of volcano type cave. I don't know what any of these other things are. There has to be something here. They would not show this screenshot. They didn't want to show something. Because this is actually from the developers right here. But this green border here, this is the actual fight arena. And I feel in some cases it's way too small. I think it needs to be much larger. But maybe this here is just for this stage. Maybe some stages are bigger than others. Maybe that's what they're trying to show. But there has to be something here in this pattern right here. Like, we obviously see the fossils here. We see the fossils. But there's got to be something else. I just want to know what this is. Maybe this is one of the islands where the Reggies live on. So maybe might be something going on there with that. Oh man, I want to see more screenshots. Have more screenshots, please. Just keep me going. Yeah, I'm trying to keep this as PG as possible. Because I really want, I want the children to see this too. Like, I want them to experience Pokemon that we had growing up. Okay, it looks like we're waiting on some load here. Man, this video is running 45 minutes, but I don't even care. Like, I'm hyped for this right now. Like, I don't think I've ever been hyped for anything this much. Like normally it's like, yeah, it's a Pokemon game, I'll get it, and we'll look at the new stuff. But like, I got hype for Mega Pidgeot. I got hype for And I think that's it. Like, I haven't been this hype in a game in a long time. So I don't see anything else. I want to see another Pokemon in the background. Come on, amaze me. Like, I feel like there should be something right here. Maybe there will be something right there. But Pikachu wants to go into his special and make everything ultra hard for me to see. I almost just want to see Groudon just pop out of the background. Like, that'll make my day. I mean, I really can't wait to see, like, actual stage coverage. Like, I really hope this game supports like a free camera that just lets you view the background stages. That'll be legit. Man, I wish there was a way to just, maybe I just might have to install ad blocker. I really don't want to do it, but there has to come across a point where things just become super tedious. So another screenshot here. We're gonna just zoom in to see where we're at. Oh man, I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am, because I am really enjoying this. Like, here we see Sableye again in the background. We've got fossils all over the cave wall. Okay, Suicune is fighting Machamp. Man, look, you can see the fur on Suicune. Like, I like that. I like these details. I wish every Pokemon was able to be modeled like this. And I hope these become the new standards for, like, the Pokemon games. That'll make me really happy, because that means we can see, like, the more detailed Pokemon. Something like, maybe, what's a super detailed Pokemon that looks like? Chandelure. That'll look cool in this game. I hope that comes in as a support Pokemon. That'd be legit. It just comes in just like Shadow Tag. It just locks the Pokemon in spots so you get like a free hit off. But I'm not seeing anything hidden here. I mean, we've already seen the Sableye. But yeah, these websites, they run really hard on my computer. And I have another laptop that's like powerhouse status. And these websites still lag on my computer. Okay, so we've got render here, Pikachu. They're probably just gonna show all other ones. I'm just gonna go through these, see what we got. Well, I'm really excited for this. But yeah, like they have here, like they still have their anime eyes, their anime mouths, but photorealistic bodies for the most part. And people don't care for that. I don't care for that. It just seems like that's just a touch that was forced to be added to the game. But I do like the way Gardevoir was rendered, though. You could definitely tell there's some artistic freedom here. Like, I'm telling you, man, textures, they can make a difference on a 3D model, but the way that the model is made also matters. Like, when you can see the muscular detail, that stuff has to be modeled in. And it just adds to the overall feel of the model. Like Lucario, man, I never did like Lucario's feet. Like, whenever I draw Lucario, the feet, they're the one thing that just make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. Because they're just so odd. They're so big. It's like it feels like they're not supposed to work. Man. And yes, people, this is fur. These are not shorts or anything that people have been saying. It's fur. It's just super thick, which is another reason why man, I'm just gonna like zoom in on this because I really like looking at Suicune in this game. Like, crap, look at that. We've got ice textures, but we still got the anime eyes. I don't like that. Like, if they would have just made these realistic eyes, it'd be much better. Like, you can even see, like, in the mouth. Like, you know how most canines, or even some cats, they have the black outlines around their mouth. That's here as well. Like, that attention to detail that I like. I would have actually much rather see this, the purple hair, be actual hair instead of one giant mesh. But I can understand that takes a lot of processing power to render, so it works here. But I mean, just look at the detail. We got the muscle tone and just everything. Like, I just like the way this model looks. I wonder who made this. Whoever made this model, man, like, seriously, come work for me. Straight up, just come work for me. Oh, and we can actually see the ice, like the cold coming off of this. That's so cool. Still, Suicune, why don't you have a nose? They need to fix that. Random Oprah ad for the win. And Machamp, man. Like, when I first saw this Pokemon right here, like years ago, and played Street Fighter like years ago, I was like, man, it would be cool to see Machamp in a fighting game. Then I played Mortal Kombat and saw Goro. I was like, dude, Machamp and Goro should totally fight. And then ever since then, it's just been like, we need a Pokemon fighting game. And here we see, man, look at the muscles, man. Seriously, I wish I had Machamp's muscles right now. And I wish I didn't have to work for it. Man, look at that. He's like, you just don't want to get punched by Machamp. And look at them legs too, man. Like, he's not even like a fighter, and like a leg fighter. And look at them legs, man. The straight muscle, man. Like, Machamp is not a favorite Pokemon of mine, but Machamp is a Pokemon I do want to see be very successful. I don't know what this whole passport thing is, but more pictures there. We don't see if there's anything else. But going back to Machamp, Machamp is a Pokemon I've always wanted to see be successful. I feel Machamp should have been the Pokemon to be in the the Super Smash Brothers games. I feel like Machamp actually should go there. But, you know, they just kind of stick with popular Pokemon. So I'm hoping for this game we get a lot of pics of popular Pokemon and some less popular Pokemon that people normally don't like but can actually fight really well. I think some examples of that, we see Dragonite's fairly popular, Charizard's popular. I don't know if I want to see Charizard in the game. I won't be mad if Charizard is in the game, because I mean, at this point you kind of have to expect Charizard to be in the game. But I mean, I don't want to see exact clones of Super Smash Brothers characters. Like, I don't want to see all the Super Smash Brothers characters in this game. I don't want to see Greninja. I don't want to see Charizard. I mean, Pikachu and Lucario at this point are unavoidable. But I don't want to see Jigglypuff. I just don't want to see any of those characters. I want to see new Pokemon come out and shine. It's like, if you want to play those characters, go play Super Smash Brothers. I wouldn't mind seeing them in this game, since this is a Pokemon fighting game. But I think for first pick for characters that should be in the game should definitely be characters that aren't going to be in Smash. Pokken Tournament. August 26, 2014. Is there anything here that I haven't seen yet, or anything that you guys haven't seen yet? I don't know. Okay, so this here is just the same stuff, it looks like. But I'm stoked for this. Like seriously, I just really want to see this game, and I really want this game to do well, because they said if it does do well, they're going to make a sequel to it. And this game here does have potential, but I want this game to be well received by the people. Like, when this game comes out, I want everybody to pick it up like day one. If you get it for digital download, or if you just go out and buy the actual disc, I want everybody to buy this game like day one. Like, I already bought myself a Wii U, and I bought it for the purpose of hoping that this game does come to Wii U. I'm expecting it to, because why wouldn't it? I mean, if it goes to any other systems, then that'd be good. But since Street Fighter V is going to be exclusive to the PlayStation 4, Killer Instinct is going to be exclusive to the Xbox One, this is more likely it's going to be exclusive to the Wii U. And I do think this game will help boost sales. Probably not by a lot, because people who have Wii U's will pick the game up anyway. But I'm curious to see how many new Wii U's will actually sell this game. Like, this game right here sold me my Wii U. There were other factors in deciding to get it, like the Star Fox game that's coming out for it, Super Smash Brothers. But the two main deciding factors were Pokken Tournament and Star Fox. So I am hoping that this game here does really well. So if you guys can do me that favor, just go out and buy the game when it comes out. But I don't think there's anything else that's really worth talking about, because this here is new news, you know, with things like the alternate characters or alternate colors and costumes for characters and stuff like that, and the new background reveal. But I think that's pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing else coming out, and if something else does come out about this game, like, do believe that I'm going to say something about it. And as always, I want to thank you guys a lot for, you know, just watching these videos, just hearing my opinion on these videos. I know it helps a lot of people feel a little more comfortable when somebody just comes out and says something about it. Like, a lot of people want to play their favorite Pokemon in this game, and I understand that. I want to play my favorite Pokemon in this game too, just like everybody else does. And seeing what this game can be is, you know, is driving me. It's giving me something to look forward to, and I hope that it gives you guys something to look forward to. And if you do want to keep up with Pokken Tournament news, please subscribe to my channel. I will check on news every couple of days to see if there's anything new out there, and I'll make a video on it. And like the video. Any new information about this game is always new, especially somebody who's going to go over it. And leave your comments below if you think I missed anything in these pictures or anything that I showed you, or if you have any other interpretations of it. I mean, everything in this game is up in the air. Everything that I thought was going to be in or wouldn't be in has been completely wrong. So that's good. And I want to be wrong about these things, because the more wrong I am, the better the game is. And that's kind of the way all of these speculations work. You know, we put our opinions out there. Some of the stuff I predicted came through, but some stuff was obvious, some stuff wasn't. But for the most part, I want to be wrong on these things. And as always, thank you guys for watching my videos, and I hope you all have a great day.